Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to another episode of Sherlock Holmes Crimes and Punishment. And we are currently doing the investigation into the death of Captain Peter Carey, also known as Black Peter. So, in the previous episode, we spoke to um, John Nelligan again about his connection to his father, Joshua, and also to a new suspect, Liam Huntley, whose boots we removed, and there was also a piece of paper that was illegible to read. So we're now back at Baker Street, where we're actually going to um, see if we can find a way.
I need to prepare a chemical agent that is capable of removing fresh ink. For this purpose, the chemicals from the flasks should be combined in a certain order to perform a chain reaction. First condition, all 7 reagents should be used. Second condition, orange reagent should be the third one in the sequence after the blue reagent. Third condition, colorless reagent should be added after the orange reagent.
Right, so I'm not very good with science, so right. Okay, so you've got a gist of what we had to do with these. So okay, so we're starting with the blue. Um, um, so due to the fact that these says we can't use an orange or a colourless one, then we have to go with the green. So we have to use blue again. Okay, so we've done that, and we just take an orange one now. See, this is a bit bizarre to me. As I say, I'm rubbish at science. And I think what we need to do now is use a colourless one, and then we use orange. Okay, so I think I can see now where we're going with this. So I think now, because we have to use all 7, we just use the clear one again.
Done. Now I can proceed further.
Okay, so
Let us see if the content of this letter sheds a little light upon the mystery.
okay, I'll make sure that I'm using. Ah, does help if I actually. is what's required. So, oh.
I did as you asked and hid them well. Interesting. How would Hurtley react to this?
Okay, so I'm guessing this means that we've got to go back to Scotland Yard. So let's. So. So let's go. Actually, done that, and I just realised I need to actually go back. So, actually, to go back to Women's League. Because I forgot we need to check the boot sizes, because otherwise it makes the interrogation of Liam Huntley pointless. Otherwise, so
These boots match the footprints exactly.
right, so. Right, so one of the things we need to do is go and speak to his Peter Carey's wife. I've forgotten her first name. Actually, she doesn't have a first name, it's just Mrs Carey. Right, so.
Does the name Liam Hurtley mean anything to you?
No, I don't know anyone by that name.
Thank you, madam.
Is that it?
Who could do such a thing? My poor husband.
Okay, there's something I must have missed because oh, I think it's because I already did that. So I think because what's happened is, yeah, because one of the questions I think I must have spoke to her about in a previous episode is about did she have a gardener? So no. Okay, so. Oh, her name's Judith. Okay. Right. Oh, I don't know. But I could have just pressed R1. Right. So. I'm actually looking at the wrong thing. So this is another deduction we should have actually picked up in the previous episode. But because it doesn't always give me prompts. Right, okay, so at this point it doesn't matter how you set it. On that, as I say, these are all scenarios that you're going through. Okay, so okay, so it's clearly something else we need to find in order to right, okay, so okay. Right, so now we can go to actually to Scotland Yard. Oh, just gone to Baker Street, haven't I? So open Facebook. Right, hopefully that should take us to Scotland Yard. So I'm guessing that they're giving you opportunity here to options while you're in the carriage and saving at the same time. Right, so I think this is at the point now where we should be able to question Liam Huntley now. Right, so this time we're going to so we want
Please
to speak to him again.
escort this suspect for interrogation.
You think that even though he's actually
Tell me, Mr. Hurtley, what were you doing at Woodman's Lee?
Woodman's Lee? I've never been there.
right, so obviously we know from what we've just done that the boots match and prove that he's been there. So
The second pair of boots that you had with you when you were arrested perfectly match the footprints found near the cabin where Peter Carey was murdered.
Footprints? That's your proof? How many men have boots like mine? That doesn't make me a murderer.
okay, so
Now that your presence at Woodman's Lee has been proven, would you care to explain it?
I don't remember. What would I be doing there anyway?
right, so in this case, the fact that I think it will be Gardner. But
Because you are the gardener at Woodman's Lee.
I'm not. How did you...
I observed your hands. They told me that you work with the earth. Small fragments of plants snagged to your trousers indicate that you were mowing very recently. But the most obvious clue presented itself in the bird embroidered on your handkerchief. A crested tit, if I'm not mistaken.
All right, you got me. Yes, I am a gardener, and I went there to get my tools.
So tell me, Mr. Hurtley, what did you hide?
Hide? What are you talking about?
Right, obviously the answer to this one is going to be his letter, because he ain't going to know that we've been able to retrieve what he was written on it.
I did as you asked and hid them well. Should I continue?
My letter? But the ink? That's impossible.
A touch of chemistry, nothing special.
Well, you're a smart one. But it's nothing. If you want to know, I was referring to my tools. It was to do with my work, see?
I will check that, Mr. Hurtley. That's all for now. Hurtley's stories are false leads, but now I know one thing for certain. I must examine the site where the garden tools are kept at Woodman's Lee.
Okay, so I think that now indicates we're going back to Woodman's Lee again. Right, so before we do anything else, we will go and speak to Judith Carey. Show that and prove that she has actually lied to us.
Madam, we have information that the valuable stolen papers are hidden amongst the garden tools here at Woodman's Lee. We need to find them.
Oh my. Our tools are kept inside the shed that's right behind me. Here is the key to open it.
Okay,
Thank you, madam.
I don't think we need to actually do anything else. Find a use. I've got up in. Right, okay, so I think this is the one we've got to go to.
Let's see what could be hidden here.
It's prompting us to use R1. Right, so,
Let us see what is in this box.
okay. Right, okay, okay, so R and L2 to rotate. Okay, so we don't want to do that. Right, I think that's... Um, right, I think that is fairly straight. Okay, so apparently, oh, oh, there we go.
A bundle of letters in a woman's hand with the Carey family monogram. Hurtley and Mrs. Carey were in a relationship. That is interesting.
Okay, so what do we need to do now with that? Okay, so I'm assuming we need to go and speak to. Is there anything else we need?
Madam, I am aware of your affinity with Liam Hurtley.
Oh, what are you talking about?
Right, so given the evidence just given to us, the answer to that is going to be the romantic correspondence.
Mrs. Carey, we found your letters.
My letters? I asked Liam to return them to me. I wanted to burn them.
Why did Mr. Hurtley put them inside the garden shed?
I don't know. I wanted them back, but I couldn't see him, not after what happened.
Well, here they are.
Oh, this is terrible. Terrible. Liam, how could he? After what he has done.
You believe that he killed your husband?
No, I do not know. I do not know. Leave me alone, please.
Thank you, madam. I wonder if Wiggins has managed to find any sailors.
Right, so I think from that, right, let's do this. Right, so Judy's letters and Liam Hunt. Oh. Okay, so that's opened up. Right. Right. Okay, so as you can see, I'm just putting things together at the moment. Right, okay. So at this point we're going to go back to Baker Street now to speak to Wiggins. Right. Okay, so
Mr. Holmes, we found the sailors from that list you gave us.
Well done, Wiggins. Let me see.
right, so basically the person we're looking for has got to be a harpoonist, so the only person that is going to be is Pat Cairns. As you can see, Hugh Pattins is a sailor, James Lancaster's a helmsman, Ralph Talbot is a sailor, and John York is a cook, and Pablo Cavantrero, although he's a harpooner, had actually died a week beforehand. So
This man is a harpooner, and his initials are PC, the same initials that were found on the tobacco pouch.
right, so that
Wiggins,
should.
could you gather some information on one of the sailors that you found? His name is Patrick Cairns.
Okay,
We found Patrick Cairns.
Good job, Wiggins. Where is he?
He lives in a small furnished dump of a room, but he's always at the Sea Witch pub, where he does arm wrestles for money and drinks.
Excellent. Here is your reward. 2 guineas.
Thank you, sir.
that would be a lot of money in today's terms. Right, so got another deduction.
If I wish to speak to Cairns without alarming him, I had better dress as a sailor.
Right, so what it's asking us to do now is go to the actual wardrobe, because he said he needs to dress as a sailor. Right, okay,
Now I
hopefully
can
that.
approach Cairns and see if he recognizes the pouch.
Okay. Right, so
Hello there. Are you Cairns?
What do you want?
We've heard all about the gambling on arm wrestling here. You seem like the likely sort, and I'm up for it.
I start at 10 shillings.
Suits me.
right, okay, so what are Patrick Cairns' facial expressions to understand his moves? Push, restrain, blah blah blah. So Lose this battle. Oh, I think I'm getting begins. Oh, God allowed, just do it. I think I just realised what I'm
That's
supposed
the
to do.
arm that killed 100 whales. Care to lose another 10 shillings?
Right, I'll give it one more
I'm
go
ready
now. I
to
know what I'm
try
supposed to
again.
do.
Fine. If you want me to take all your money, no problem with that.
Oh, let's just skip it. Be here all day otherwise.
You were lucky. I wasn't focused. Let's go again.
No, you can get stuffed.
I've had enough. You're too strong.
Come back later when you can use your arms again.
Right, okay, so gonna leave it here. Although this is part of a thing where you need to actually get a trophy in that, I can get that when playing this again at another point. So either that or I can try and perhaps beat him. But apparently you're not allowed to skip in order to get this trophy. But my hand was getting a bit worn out. And so far, I would say that that is one of the negatives of the game. Frankly, I'm not impressed with the fact that you want somebody to do an arm wrestle and then you sit there and then just wear the flipping player's hand out themselves by doing. I know they're probably thinking in their heads, oh, we want to give them a proper experience, but if you then give them the option to skip, then people like myself are just going to skip. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you like what you saw. If you did, please hit the like and subscribe button and the notification bell, and I will see you in the next episode.